But such a nice thing to have in August in New Orleans when it's just so hot. But actually this week we're looking for pretty typical kind of heat, not the extreme heat that we were seeing some days last week. Temperature right now 91, feeling like 106, and this is actually a little less humid than it was last week. Afternoon highs today were not terrible, you could say, in the lower 90s, a few spots upper 80s actually, and look at that record from 2010. 100 degrees on today's date on the second day of August. So temperatures currently lower 90s mostly. We do have some 80s as well. We really benefited from some clouds earlier today. Feels like temperatures still up there for sure, but we'll say maybe not quite as bad as they could be. We've had a little front pass through to the south of our area, and so that has brought just the very slightest drop in that mugginess. We do have some thunderstorms firing up south of Carlisle. We also have some around the Chauvin area. Also some storms, but you can see that they have been greatly weakening off to our northwest as these have passed through central Louisiana and southwest Mississippi. We now have just a little bit of this. So you're in northern Tangipahoa, if you're in Washington, and look at this, even in St. Tammany, the middle of the kind of northern part of St. Tammany right now, we are seeing at least some potential for some evening thunderstorms, and that would be a good thing to keep you kind of cooler through this evening and bring that temperature down pretty fast. Note though that this batch of rain has really weakened. It was a lot heavier. It even had some hail signatures on radar, but now it's kind of breaking up and lighter rain as well. So not sure how much that will help out this evening, but we do have at least a chance, maybe 30% or so for the evening hours. And you can certainly see where that front is and a little surface low here. So some rain, especially off to the eastern side of that low perhaps, and bringing in that northerly wind that you may have felt. Very tentative timeline for these scattered showers again, as they will be weakening. You can see through our area getting into the next couple of hours or so. For tonight, our temperatures get down to about 80 degrees after our highs around 90, so not terrible. South of the lake about 79 officially, I think, for tonight. That was where we were early this morning, and on the North Shore 75. Tomorrow high temperatures 91, 92, something like that. That's average, 92 for this time of year. Feeling more like about 105 or so. So in essence, pretty similar to what we had today, but maybe a slightly lower chance for that rain. Satchmo Summerfest tomorrow, 92 or so for the high. I would bring an umbrella or a rain poncho, throw it in the bag just in case, because we have a chance at least for some spotty rain. Precision cast through tonight doesn't have a whole lot for us. This is tomorrow on your Sunday, 10 a.m. quiet. Here we go with a bit of rain, especially near the coast through the afternoon. And then into Monday, I nudge the rain chance up to about maybe 40% each day in the 7-day forecast. I have a very close to average 30 or 40% rain chance. We will continue with this same sort of setup. The front hovers just to our south through the next several days and brings near average heat and probably higher rain totals of maybe 1 to 2 inches or so, with maybe the most rain right along the coast near that front, but also some hit or miss storms farther north as well. In the tropics, we're only talking about one spot off the east coast. This is along an old front, and National Hurricane Center highlighting it for a 30% chance of development. This really shouldn't affect any land areas as it's moving out to the east northeast. And other than that, we've benefited from some dry air and just kind of overall hostile conditions at this point around the Atlantic basin. So no tropical threats for us at this point. 7-day forecast shows that very familiar, very typical first week of August kind of setup for the next 7 days.